And 134 days since Joe Biden promised not to abandon Americans. Now, according to the Washington Post, even, evacuations have, as we told you they would, predictably slowed to a trickle. Quote, the administration says the process is now limited by the realities on the ground in the Taliban-controlled Islamic Emirates of Afghanistan. Now, the Biden administration once laughably, they promised they had all the leverage. Remember, they said we have all the leverage. And the terrorists and the Taliban over them to secure the release of those on the ground that they abandoned. That was and remains a blatant lie. Now, one senior State Department official is telling the Post that a real evacuation is no longer possible. Quote, when you don't have people in the country, there's not really a functioning airport, and arguably there are tens, if not hundreds of thousands who would fall into the broad category of at risk. So make no mistake, this is a serious, ongoing crisis without any obvious solution, completely preventable, caused and perpetrated by Joe Biden, and hope now has diminished. And sadly, it appears that Americans, military families, thousands of green card holders that are eligible to live in this country, our Afghan allies will not be getting out for years, if at all. Now, it is one of the many self-inflicted crises responsible for Joe Biden's plummeting poll numbers. Look at this new ABC News survey. Only 28% of the American people approve of Biden's handling of inflation and the economy. A measly 36% approve his handling of crime. His overall approval rating now is underwater by around 10 points in nearly every single poll. The only person polling worse than Joe Biden is his choice for vice president. That's Kamala Harris. In fact, no vice president in U.S. history has a lower approval rating than Kamala Harris. Now, maybe that's because the vice president is terrible at her job. For example, ever since she was appointed border czar 9 months ago, Harris has done nothing to resolve the crisis. She did make one 30-minute trip near the border, not where she needed to be, in El Paso, nowhere close to where the migrant surge was actually happening. And one useless trip, of course, to the southern border. She made a trip to Central America to see the problems going on there, along with a whole phone call to the president of Guatemala. That's one in 9 months. That's it. Take a look.
Is Vice President Harris still in charge of addressing the root causes of migration from El Salvador, Honduras, and Guatemala?
She is, and I just announced a commitment that she's announcing this afternoon.
Then why is it that she has not spoken to the president of Guatemala since June? That's 6 months.
Well, I know that I did see this kind of strange report from the president of Guatemala saying that he's had no contact with the White House, which is inaccurate.
No, he didn't say the White House. He said Vice President Harris. He has not spoken to her. And if she's in charge, why is that?
Well, we have had a range of conversations, Peter, I think as reflected in our readout we put out last week with our national security advisor.
And now yet another massive caravan, another, is headed our way. Kamala Harris has no plan of action, no resolution, no future plans to visit the border, absolutely nothing. By the way, are you surprised? At this point, is anybody surprised? Now, according to reports, Harris often refuses to read briefings, is frequently unprepared for the daily challenges that she would face as vice president. And get this, instead of actually doing her job, the border czar now spends countless hours berating her own staff, according to numerous reports. Allegedly, Kamala Harris is such a menace that some are openly referring to her as a soul-destroying bully. Ouch. Now, of course, amid lashing out at her own employees, Kamala also found time to redecorate her own office with carefully curated art pieces, an all-white furniture set, brand new light blue color for the walls, and apparently, according to Kamala, the border crisis can wait. Her office was in desperate need of a makeover. Mike Pence apparently doesn't share the same decorating taste. But don't worry, Harris says the ridiculous headlines about her conduct will not be a distraction for her. And tonight, one anti-Trump columnist, Peggy Noonan, is now imploring Kamala to get serious, writing, quote, the president is old and his judgment questionable. She seems out of her depth. We will have another 3 years of this. Sadly, the answer is yes. Sadly, I have to agree. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.